Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you today. It is sunny and beautiful out. I can't promise you that I'm going to be able to speak right today. I guess Mercury's retrograde or something affecting me, but I'm definitely having trouble getting the words out of my mouth, but that may be a message for you all as well. It is the beginning of July. It's July 1st, 2019. The 1 of the Magician and the 7 of the Chariot. So we have a lot of intense energies there. There can be manipulation and war. There could be fights started up, but it could be very positive as well as being very focused and on a mission. The day adds up to 19, which is the sun, so very much masculine energies today. So soak it up. Might help you feel grounded as well. I do feel better today than I did yesterday as far as that. Is there anything else here that I want to tell you? The number 5 was significant coming up as well. The read today started I finished it at 10:47 to 48. 47 being the 7 of Cups and 48 being the 8 of Cups. So very much about choices and options and dreams fulfilled, as well as synchronicities and signs and heaven in their eyes. And the 48 is walking away and going within, finding that missing piece to the puzzle. So the major arcana here, and before I get into that, there were several messages I got as I was doing the read and pulling out the cards. Let's see here. So the first thing I noticed when before I went to bed last night, when I finished off my notes, I just wrote at June 30th, end, like it was the end of something. I just knew there was an ending right there, so I wrote down end. And then this morning, as soon as I sat down to shuffle my cards, I look up at the ceiling and there's a reflection of an egg on the ceiling, so a new birth. So that was pretty cool. I've never noticed that on my ceiling ever. And it's not like I've changed anything around. I'm sure it was a crystal reflection, but I've never seen it before. So it's definitely a message for today. At 10:22, oh, by the way, the egg was at 10:19, and at 10:22 I got 7 sisters. At 10:26, the number cards were significant because they came out, the numerology deck cards, the numbers on them were 10, 33, and 55. So that's definitely important. And 33 plus 55 is 88, plus 10 is 98, which we've been talking about the human temperature all week. So that's significant again. And 55 being the Ace of Swords and the truth. 33 being that 7 of Wands and standing up for yourself without reacting. And us practicing that. The 10, of course, of the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, your destiny. So at 10:31, I was definitely getting some hesitation. And there's definitely some nervousness in the masculine. At 10:39, I was sweating profusely in clarifying the King of Pentacles to the 6 of Wands, which was him getting attention. At 10:42, with the Queen of Swords mini, the Queen of Swords was affecting the High Priestess, Wounded Warrior with the 3 of Swords. It put them out of place a little bit, or tilted, so definitely affected them, maybe knocked them off balance. So what the Queen of Swords, or whoever's telling their truth, may knock the Wounded Warrior off balance a little bit, which can be a High Priestess, but that can just be the psychic abilities of the masculine if he's coming up as the Wounded Warrior as well. And it can be someone else as the Wounded Warrior. But the 3 of Swords, they were all together. And the 3 of Swords was upright. At 10:46, the Empress reversed and the Knight of Wands were stuck together, so that was definitely a message. The Empress reversed and the Knight of Wands. And there's another message as that'll come out in the read. Okay, so the major arcana for the Divine Masculine read today were the Star, and this is the Sirian Starseed deck, Alchemy, which is the Temperance card normally, Chariot, Shadow, which is the Devil, and Indigo, which is normally the Magician. There was 1 Pentacle, 2 Wands, 2 Cups, and 1 Sword. So you have 12-21 there, very significant for the end, right? 12-21, and I just said it was the end at the end of June. The core cards were the King of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, and then there was 1 before and after the read each. So before the read was the Knight of Swords, and this is this guy here. I'll show you these cards, the underlying energies. This one on the end is the Knight of Swords, or the Knight of Orbs. Then this is the Nine of Orbs, and that's the Seven of Cups. Below this King of Cups or Master of Crystals, the crystal skull there. So the King of Swords, or excuse me, that Knight of Swords was before the read, and then after the read comes the King of Cups, which you can't see at this angle, but I'll show you it's after the last of the read, okay, when I get to showing you all the cards. So the numbers and the code line and what they had to do with were all about adventure and karmic completion. The numbers were just 2 and 1, or 1, 2, and 1, and that's 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, jump. But also 2, 1, 3 of the world, which is ending. The numbers 7 also came up with 10, and then 201 and 208. Also double 9s came up, as well as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, jump. The 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, and the 9, 10, begin again. And like I told you already, the 12, 21, very significant there, all right? So you have the 9, 10 of begin again, and then you have the 1 and the 2 and the 3, all right? So again, we've been getting this continuously, ending the cycle into the new beginning cycle. The message here around adventure and karmic completion was very interesting today. The N was misplaced or moved or knocked off kilter. And N for me is code for Jesus, taken out of the equation. After death, Jesus, he was supported by Mary Magdalene. The mother may come up here as well, but 2 googly-eyed eyes, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, the I am presence, the love of self, the heart, the Christ consciousness. So it was coming up about the experience after death, and I'll tell you about that in a minute, but that these two of Jesus and Mary Magdalene had to discover their I am presence on the cross. So they were separated at that time in order to be the dreamers, the si ka, which is the soul, the energy, the soul experience after death, or in other words, near-death experience. So here, God, Spirit, whomever you want to refer to, Source, the love energy, the collective consciousness. We're discussing here the Jesus Mary Magdalene template and how it relates to the twin flame journey. And the ADE that comes up all the time and came up twice yesterday in the coding was referring to after-death experience. Okay? So this also near-death experience came up in the letters as well. So after death, Jesus separated from Mary Magdalene or Sophia or Eve, no matter how you look at the feminine, to support 2 humans, the I, the love of self, being Christed, the awakened, the awakener, the near-death experience, the healer, the healed, the dream weaver and the seeker of adventure after death. Twins separated in their dark night, the near-death experience, to secure the I am presence prior to union, to secure the harmonics, the balance. The seesaw well put together, made well, support in center, with the nuts and bolts screwed in loosely yet securely, a delicate balance. The seesaw dance, and you notice that's you see and you saw the dance. So that would be the past and the present. And then we have the E-aw dance. E-E of the divine feminine and the awe of the masculine that he's in of the feminine. And the dance of the asses, gases, and molasses. The portal of heating the air to melt away a sticky situation. Okay, so I thought that was a great way that Spirit came through to parallel the Jesus and Mary Magdalene template to the journey. So as we get into the read, it starts off there with the King of Pentacles, and the Sirian Starseed deck is very much the crystal skull and Akashic records of the Queen of Wands, strong passions, present or presented. It can be the masculine and his feminine creativity as well, but mostly here on that first card, you'll see the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups reversed above them. It was showing us the transition from Cancer season into Leo, because Mars went into Leo today. And also will go from Cancer to Leo this month. So it's very much showing the difference between them. But the Queen of Wands, strong passions presented, versus the Queen of Cups reversed, insisting to pursue unhappy family life, both aspects of the divine feminine. All right, so whether it's the karmic or the feminine or whoever else is in his life, they're all just reflections of the divine masculine, just like us and the people around us. Supported by the divine feminine on the stairway to heaven, in and out of purges and speaking the truth, both AD, after dark night, ADN, divine masculine and divine feminine, support without each other's other half. ADN of the divine masculine supporting, or the divine feminine's support. Basically, the mastectomy was coming up in the code line, which normally a mastectomy would come up for me, but what is mastectomy? Not only that, but mast means support. So it's taking away support, right? So when you have two breasts and you take away one, you only have one of two, which is what they're comparing to taking your twin away from you. All right, so the after death experience, the ADN, where the divine masculine and divine feminine support without each other's other half. The Queen of Wands with one wand staking her ground in a new beginning, as the Queen of Cups reversed may be emotional and moody due to still finishing up to end a family burden. The two-step, connected by one, holding on to the baton until you can grasp the next one. Then hold two and let go of the first. Then you're in the fourth leg, the fourth cup, the potluck surprise after the first. After the first three, there's nowhere but up. So it's coming up like the 3 of 4 cups, where 3 of them were bad choices. So there's nowhere but up to go from here. Going back to offer help to 4 of 7. And that brings up the 44 to 77 that came up a couple days in a row this past week. But going back to offer help to 4 of the 7 cups in that card, and the 7 of cups there, to inspire, to become inspired, to hang a shingle over a bold move to love, to driving Miss Daisy. And this was very interesting because a friend of mine called while I was doing the read, and this driving Miss Daisy very much related to her as well. That was at 11:33. So make sure people aren't bossing you around, you know, making you do all the work. That was definitely coming up here. But 4 of 7 came up yesterday because we talked about the 4 of 7 in what added up to, 4 plus 3, the 30 plus 49, the 30 pieces of silver plus the 49 gold rush, the silver and gold. Okay, so that came up also because that was 30 and 49, which is the 4 and the 3, which equals 7. So the 4 of the 7, which yesterday would have been the gold because it was the 49. But offering this gold help to inspire, to become inspired, to hang a shingle over a bold move to love, driving Miss Daisy. So somebody might actually want to do a business in driving people around. It could be old people and helping out in that way. Or maybe a parent needs to be driven around and they're bossing the divine masculine around. So as I turned the page, it was 11:44 to 45. Which is very interesting because that's my time of birth. I was literally born at 11:44 to 45, but it was PM. Messaging, okay, driving Miss Daisy. And very much the symptoms come up of the issues that are around you. So for example, if you can't breathe and you're having lung issues, maybe it's because there's someone around you who's suffocating you, okay? So making a living, driving to offer love to the King of Pentacles, or the the Akashic records, the past, offering love to an old friend perhaps, making a bold move to offer love to the King of Pentacles. Mars in Leo today, 1-10-01, the numbers came up there, so there's the 10101, or the reflection of the 10 and the 01, the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune, making magic. Between the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups reversed, reflections of leaving Cancer to go to Leo. 1-10, begin again. Ground and integrate, purge, and start again. The Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Wands upright are back to back. Or the Knight of Pentacles was upright and then offered some help but was refused by that Page of Wands, going out on his or her own. So the masculine may have been offered something that he refused. This can also be children who are having issues, or the masculine along with a sibling or friend. And just for, I assume most of you know the suits and the signs, which is why I don't always, for every card, tell you, for fire signs, that fire signs are Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, because I assume most of you listening already know this. But for those of you who don't, I will today, just to give you a briefing. That was a solicitation, so that might be a message for some of you as well. So the Page of Wands would be a fire sign, or it could just be a fiery energy. It doesn't have to be a fire sign. It could be a child as well. It could be an adult as well. So that Page of Wands, and it can just be a message, that fire energy, like I said, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and then the Knight of Pentacles would be earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And then, of course, the King of Pentacles, the same, and that can definitely be representative of the masculine being both. The King of Pentacles, and then his actions of that Knight of Pentacles. So he may have had given an offer and was refused by this other Page of Wands. But they were back to back. One was reversed and the other upright. Or the Knight of Pentacles was upright when he offered, but refused by the Page of Wands because they're going out on his or her own. Taking the show on the road, and then the light flickered there at 12:05. Sowing the seeds of love, sowing the seeds of love. Cancer on a mission to treat all like family. Integrating polarity and allowing for everyone's differences. The key to your wings is that we are all really the rainbow between. The business of the twins is combining the seeds of love, the Holy Communion, or communication, with Holy Grail, allowing, receiving the communication, the two-way street. Love is never one-sided. Monkey in the middle always has fun seeing both sides of the situation, and the humor when people fight over him or her, the silliest things. The cross and the key, the same, the middle road. This is where you fly, merging harmoniously back and forth between lanes. The dance when traffic goes smoothly until someone undercuts or cuts you off or pulls the rug out from beneath your feet. Do you curse at them or know not to react and know there's a reason universally? And then after I received that information there, the numbers came up July 1st through August 7th as being very significant. And August 7th, of course, is the day before Lionsgate, but it's also the Chinese Valentine's Day. And I was getting, February 14th came up here as well. But I was getting July 1st to August 7th through the 11th, okay? So that takes you through Lionsgate and past. And then I was getting the Tower, and I was wondering why. So the 16-7 was coming up. And then I didn't notice how I was finished the read in my mini deck. I can't find the Tower anywhere, so the Tower's missing. So something's gone missing, and that could be a sudden epiphany or sudden event, okay? So now my card's not really missing. I know it's here somewhere. It might be just stuck to another card, something like that. But it was significant for this read that the Tower was missing there just in my mini deck. So a mini moment. Maybe something that's just hidden for the moment. Or somebody's suddenly hit it just for the moment. So new love comes up here, as well as calling in your soulmate for the masculine. And then the more numbers came up, 2, 10, 16, and 19. Pi, being centered in an integrated, but also the 3.14. And then the 214 comes up because in some countries they celebrate on February 14th and March 14th. One I think was for the women and one was for the men, something like that. But then 87 also comes up as that Valentine's Day. So ahead and headed back to integrate any residual pain of betrayal, leaving all pain in the past, as there's an opportunity presents of connection, seeing face to face, eye to eye, 2 paces, caramel, butterscotch, molasses, sticky stuff, tacky, or tachycardic, which means your heart rate is high, falling in love, looking at the opportunity, the gold coin, the Christ consciousness at all angles before a meet or meet and greet, trying to settle all nerves before going, a fool in love, also a carport, a car parked in the shade to cool off before offering new love after calling first. Then more numbers came up. October 9th was coming up, as well as the months, September and October, but also 66 of the Queen of Pentacles came up, and then the numbers 15, 16, 19, 21, 22, and 31. So those would have to be in a 31 month, which is July and August. Could be October and December as well. But the worst at 12:30 then, the worst over if you allow, with an opportunity. Watch out for control and alcohol as nightmare slips away as you let go of stuck emotions and put it out there. Cool off on the grass by the water, less clothes, and the cool basement. Bring kids to work to watch so they can know what it's like. Opportunities for a bunny and a dove. Watch how to do it. So be careful what they are learning from you as far as your body, your temple, and who you let in. Black cat tripping you up and temptations of females who put all their skin out there, exposing their butts, but what is the intent behind it? And that was at 12:41, and that's the Hangman of Wisdom and the 41 of the Ace of Cups in love. So what is the intention behind it? The wound of, if you put it out there, then she was asking for it. Exploitation and shame of the body, the polarities of the human body. Why is it okay to wear nothing on the beach, but in a nightclub you would be asking for some? Stuck in emotions coming out of a purge, putting it right out there, the new things. Try new things, sample what feels good. Follow your dreams. Number 85 came up for the numerology deck, and then beneath it was creativity. 3, the Empress and abundance. Use your creativity to create your abundance and then follow your dreams. And you notice follow your dreams is 85, which is the reflection of the 58, which is the 4 of Swords. So following your dreams, right? The 4 of Swords is 3D human dreaming, and then the 85 is reflecting following those dreams in the etheric realms and 3D. So actually dreaming while you're awake. Be creative in offering your love, knowing without seeing in the 3D. So it doesn't matter if the world wears a mask, you feel the truth, you see right through them. The Empress reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed, and the monkey in the middle, Cancer perhaps, chaos, 3 women all reversed, all turned around, and that was 121. The Magician and the World, completion. Okay, so noise, and right as I wrote that at 121, actually I wrote down the time because the long guys came and I had to get up to close the door. So when 3 negative women show up, it's time to get up and close the door. So they could be very noisy too, since as soon as I started talking about the 3 women were all reversed, the very loud mowers that I don't want to listen to came up so I could shut the door. So that's the message as well. It could be a mother and 2 daughters, since it was the Empress, the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Chariot reversed, which is very much a woman in the Chariot who's annoyed. But it could be a mother and 2 daughters, a gaggle, a coven, or a misguided group, or hungover from a party last night and now must work. Coming together on the fly, 3 women connected to 1 guy. Worldly but simple, blind or refusing to see, or tired of women pushing themselves on him. Pushy women come up here, forcing him to receive their hearts, or one in particular that has caught his eye, who opened their heart to him, and he turned the other way, pretending not to see. Ignorance is bliss, while 3 blind mice hover where he lives. 3 negative women supporting the Knight of Pentacles or throwing a party for them, him leaving behind one world to follow his knowing, not ignorance. One going away party, maybe a going away party, and someone saying good riddance. They're acting all nice and happy, but it looks like the 3 women are saying good riddance to get rid of you. And it may be the other way, where they just are hurt by the masculine leaving, and so of course they're pissed, but have to give a going away party. 3 women pretending to be happy for him, but they're not. Eyes wide shut, a masquerade ball, a monster's ball, keeping quiet to the end, like Caesar and Olympics, the winter ones. The ballerina in the music box, the tiny dancer, not seen until you open her up. The Empress reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed, the ringleader and the stinger, a sting operation. 3 dogs night, maybe an all-night audit as well. So audits, appraisals, auctions of assets all came up. No movement for divine feminines, but divine masculine may be free to roam. And that could be in that situation there with those 3 women reversed. So they may be stuck with the auditors, but that the divine masculine's free to roam, and it can mean other things as well. But the loyal servant offers help to get someone's car unstuck or out of hock, or Cancer stuck in the mud, or can't make it to a party for the Knight of Pentacles. The girls never invited her. 3rd man out, 5th man out, odd man out. 3 negative females manipulate the game, the party, the gathering to their advantage, like Cinderella's stepsisters and stepmother, stuck in a pit of chaos with Bunny and 2 ladybugs, and studies, inchworm and Chinese silks, green and gold leaf, and grass and herb. So that could be someone definitely getting high as well. 3 pouring drinks, a fountain, witches of Eastwick, streaming green, blue, and red. No room for that purple bitch, is what they're saying. They could be calling the twins freaks, basically. However, one of those 3 is one of those freaks secretly. Cinderella at the ball. His parents have a party to offer him the best selection of women. And as I turned the page, it was 148. A party or a coming together of the King of Pentacles for an offer of new love, putting it out there to fall in love and following dreams. So before I go further, I'm going to tell you the signs that were in the read and their position here. It was 148 as I turned the page, which is the Magician, and the 8 of Cups, which came up in the time of the read. Okay, so that's walking away or going within, finding the missing piece to your life. All right, so the underlying energies were only Pisces upright, Taurus, Aries, and Cancer reversed. Cancer was upright and reversed, actually. In the body of the read, for all 12 signs, were the only ones that were both directions are Cancer and Leo, and that means they're either 2 separate people, 2 Cancers, 2 Leos, or it's one person who's expressing their positive and negative energies, okay? The ones that were upright were Aries, Libra, and that was it. The other ones that were just reversed were Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio. Sagittarius was upright. I don't know if I said that or not. Sagittarius and Libra, yeah. And Aries, Libra, and Sagittarius were the only ones that were fully upright. Okay. So I'm going to take this time, too, to now show you the read before I start with the recently position. Okay. So here we have the Oops, sorry, my light fell down. Don't want to burn the house down. All right, so we have the underlying energy here of the King of Pentacles, Crystal Skull, and then the recent past there is the 6 of Flames, which you can't see because it's buried by all those cards from the mini deck, okay? And there's those 3 queens, all right, with the 3 of Cups around and the Knight of Pentacles there, okay? Then we have the foundation here, And we have the Two of Cups there buried as well underneath there, okay? And the King of Wands is reversed there, and the Page of Cups is above him there. So those are the only ones you can't really see. The center of the read being the Ace of Cups, which is upright energy today, and the challenge being the Star card, but that's most likely reversed energy there. Okay, the challenge up here, or the crowning position, is the Temperance card, but here it's called Alchemy. Okay, and then as we go across, and then come down to the near future position, we have the Chariot, which is upright. It's right on there, so you can see that. And the masculine seeing himself as the Shadow, or the Devil card. Okay, and there you have all of the romance angels. Then we have how others might see him, or the energies around him, and that is the Indigo, which is like the Magician. And then we have the blocks that he needs to clear as that Page of Swords or Page of Orbs with a little bit of light. And as we go up here to the numerology cards in the end of the read, we have the Wounded Warrior. And above it is the 10 of Cups with the 3 of Flames, which you see the 1 flame, the 1 cup, which I love how that came out. And then above that is the Eyes of the King of Cups, which was unconditional love. It was definitely upright there with the Queen of Pentacles, really beautiful energy. So then as we have those underlying cards there, and it ends there on the King of Cups, then we have the sidebar note of those other cards right there. Okay, so that's everything, you guys. All right, let's see if I can position this well. Sorry, it's hard to, I can't get the whole table on there, Belle. Since you were looking at the first cards, I'm going to try to get you the more of the end of the read there. Okay, I'll move that as well. Okay, so recently, attention to flame, letting go to repair, negative past with soulmate that he's defenseless to. The King of Swords grieving them, loss and regret, guilt and shame, lacking faith in himself, and a higher love. The foundation being the Two of Cups, googly eyes, not sleeping well, knocked off balance, or rising above, not sharing, or in debt. The King of Wands reversed, and Page of Cups reversed, tired of rejection or tired of dealing with spoiled brats. And so for the Page of Cups, that would be water signs. Okay, so Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And for the Wands, we discussed those already, the fire signs. But also I'll tell you for the swords, if you see any swords characters, that has to do with Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So it's time to give up the war and lay down swords, apologies, or no apologies needed. The King of Pentacles connection is real love, new love. And centrally, it comes right up here. The Ace of Cups, upright, new love of the Emperor, or new love of self, no option but separation. Love reign on me from another world. You complete me. King of Pentacles displaying his high vibration, and the challenge being the Star, walking like an Egyptian, music of the spheres, harmonic resonance, and seesaws, bow and arrow, rod and staff to draw on. Pacifiers, the Ankh, like the lollipop, microphone, expanding the voice, sound, music, harmony. Voices all together, we are the world, and dancing stars, contributing editors. Stuck in emotions and starting over in love, after not achieving true dreams, justice in work disagreement or leaving workplace, settlement or third party through work or place of co-creation, depression, loss of hope, or Aquarius reversed is the challenge here. Lovers break up of low vibe connection to offer love, if not shy or jealous at present. To the Queen of Swords, meditating, awakening, or sleeping on the job and due for a rude awakening. The King of Pentacles taking or talking about breaking patterns of no affection or love loss, jealousy, insincerity, shyness, moody, over-emotional, and being present. And the Queen of Swords may be speaking of awakening, of abandonment and grief, secrets, psychic abilities, and higher knowing, victim mentality. Now for the masculine, crowning is the Alchemy card, patience and balance of awakening, magnetizing the gold coin before deliberating, as to not make bad decisions, or worse is the indecision of not making a decision. Awakening to a negative past, childhood, with kids or with twin or a childhood friend, needing courage to get back on the horse and remembering back to childhood when he did have to get the courage to get back on the horse, and then may go to a party and have fun with his friends. Purging the past with Leo and or ego reversed to lead the way in coming together in joy. Enjoy just after the purge is a good time. Implementing a plan to break patterns and break a facade, remove the mask, and then I started sweating incredibly much, and as the magician came up here, so there could definitely be a manipulation here. Removing the mask of deceptions and manipulations due to insecurities and temptations, and giving up, right? Not being strong. The Queen of Swords talks about, and here I was sweating like crazy. I'm actually starting to sweat again talking about it. The Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups reversed are both moody, emotional, insecure, and shy, and could be a little bit jealous in the 5D world, and sharing energy with karmic causes sudden interference and jealousy, third-party issues, a big love at work or love of work that's all-encompassing and they have no life outside of work. Soon is the Chariot, taking vacation with kids in tow, or happy campers, taking them as happy campers only, no fighting, and dumping all emotional attachments and electronics, or Leo moving, or kids on their own traveling, or Leo and Cancer, friends on the road, or just solo. I turn the page, it's 230, 2 is the High Priestess, and 30 is that Four of Wands, the stability, the home, the union card. The Divine Masculine is shadow, sees himself as the shadow, detoxing the Hierophant reversed, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Cups reversed, all in a row. Letting go of family and or friends, marriage commitments he no longer resonates with. Before I go on, I'm going to tell you the positions of all of the court cards here. The Emperor was upright, the Empress was reversed ×2. Definitely it could be the same person, but the Empress is definitely negative energy today. Probably the most negative, well, the Magician and the Empress, not good, because they were both reversed and feeling that same kind of energy. And the Empress can come up as the ringleader as well. So the Kings were all upright except for the King of Wands, who may just be tired. The Queens that were reversed were the Queen of Cups, which I wasn't getting really negative energy around the Queen of Cups reversed here. I wasn't getting that manipulative energy, just could be emotional in Cancer season. But the Queen of Wands was coming up. There's two underlying Queen of Wands. One was reversed, and that's the really negative one in the gaggle of 3. But the upright Queen of Wands could be another person, but it also could be just referencing Mars going into Leo and Leo season coming up. The Knight of Cups was reversed, and the Knight of Pentacles were reversed. The other two were upright. And of the pages, the only one that was reversed was the Page of Cups, who could feel rejected or could be a brat, right? Or just someone who's really moody and whiny, that kind of thing. So those are your court cards in the read. So another situation that could be going on in the near future is that the kids are grounded because they're in trouble. Taurus may want to put them in the corner like at school, and maybe trying to resist doing that. Or a self-imposed day for the masculine. No work, no love, or schmoozing like they may do at work, or talking the talk, now requiring themselves to be still. Feeling through jealousy or shyness issues, being more spiritual and thinking outside the box. Around him or how he is seen is that indigo child coming up. But the Magician energies in the mini deck were coming up reversed. It doesn't necessarily have to do with this card here with the indigo child, but there's definitely negative energies there. The cards that came up for the masculine from the Romance Angels were Let Your Friends Help You, Wedding, that this situation has to do with marriage, past life relationships, for the masculine to love himself first, and then the final one was Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. The indigo may be insecure or manipulative, but telling the truth and expressing real feelings in a heated exchange or just a very emotional exchange, okay? And then I was sweating a lot right there as well. Masculine detoxing weakness, or the separate person could be as well. Or a Capricorn versus a Leo reversed, both of them reversed. But in detoxing the weaknesses, Leo reversed, ego or ego death, dark night, or the truth comes out. The masculine needs to clear blocks of telling the truth, speaking up, clearing blocks about immature words or feeling like they can't speak well, articulating. The Page of Swords was coming up upright, but it's still childlike, right? A child with light, with message or news, okay? So it can be a lot about immature communication, okay? Taking a little information and assuming or getting clear with information through a third party who's interfering. So how is that clear communication, right? So definitely may have gotten information from third parties, you know, not feeling like doing the work himself and going direct, you know, to the person. Coming clean to sneakiness, half-truths, and tripping up. Falling for false information and fake people. Arrogance inspiring immature people, right? So when you're immature and you get hurt, a lot of times that builds arrogance. All right, especially after heartbreak. Building up your ego so no one can hurt you again, which is just an illusion. Karmic completion came up from the numerology cards, as well as adventure, but even more so here was communication, which came up with the Holy Communion. So important to communicate and then return the communication. The sun is out, hanging out. Leo and our ego hung up on victim mentality. The wounded warrior still has a little fight in them. Patiently moving business or home, or moving for a work person or a work love connection with angel. No stability right now in Five of Cups and Five of Pentacles energies of abandonment and grief. Secret high priestess, psychic, intuitive abilities of the wounded warrior. Severely injured, but now holding their own, not giving up when surrender may be needed. Let go, let flow, let go of family, ending cycles, present to one flame. King of Pentacles and King of Cups, unconditional love. The King of Pentacles receives love from the Hermit reversed, and I'm losing my voice a little bit with the King of Pentacles here. King of Pentacles receives love from the Hermit reversed, Nine of Pentacles reversed, which can be the Sovereign, but they're both reversed there. Powerless and surrendering and coming out. So feeling powerless and surrendering and coming out of hiding. Okay, and this, the King of Pentacles versus the Hermit could be either one can be the masculine or the feminine. It just depends on your position right now. But the King of Pentacles was upright and the Hermit was reversed. So they're over isolating. So I'm losing my voice again. They're not coming out. They need to come out now. This may be the humbling of the Hermit. So it could definitely be the masculine, where even though he's powerless, he has to come out and surrender. Prisoner of Love, the Empress reversed, and Knight of Wands coming in fast to release her from dysfunctional family or legacy, or losing or loss of money or income at present. Could be depressed and insecure, feeling left behind and injured. Secrets out. After being ignorant, unaware of King of Cups, topping it all off with unconditional love now. One cup, one flame, and the eyes of Laura Mars, clinging to bad luck or a downturn and messenger of truth words, or seeing those words in slow motion so that you can hear every word. So just because the Wheel of Fortune is reversed doesn't mean it's a negative. It may be spirit just slowing things down so you can see things very clearly. There's a message of not walking away from uncomfortable emotions for the masculine in a breakup with no affection and not working and or can't focus on his work and maybe overworking. The King of Pentacles connection, detoxing, and insecure attention. So someone might be insecure about getting attention, but attention to a new love. The challenge being depression and a big bold move or travel to talk or message. Patient, wounded warrior about leaving family or a gift or love. The King of Pentacles with attention or a party and coming together with connection, soulmate, new love. King of Pentacles, new love, patient, and challenged by losing hope, detox, or chaos in a bold move or travel. Indigo to talk to the wounded warrior about family and a present, cup and a flame, and above all, unconditional love. And that was the read. So it was a really beautiful read today. The energies were really nice. That Ace of Cups in the middle is definitely upright, as well as the King of Cups. Okay, so there's a lot of love there. The King of Pentacles was upright as well. So the major players there, even the Page of Swords was upright. It's just the indigo energy of the Magician was reversed, but telling the truth. Okay, and detoxing. So remember, before the detox of the Devil reversed comes that out of control chaos of addiction. You know, you have to fall to the bottom before you can rise up again. So there may be a little bit of both. So just understand that process. I am going to pull some final cards from the Rider-Waite. So that's been working well for us this week. So everyone take a deep breath. Okay, and it is the first day of July, July 1st, 2019. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? One more. Okay, so what are some final closing words for everyone out there here? Okay, Knight of Wands definitely want to come in. Maybe it's a symbol for you to get busy. Okay, do your physical work now, but this is definitely positive energy. Then we have these two wanting to come out together. All right, the Ace of Pentacles upright with the Moon reversed. So that could be, you know, the eclipse, the new moon is tomorrow, okay? So there could be someone offering an offer, can just be a money or opportunity, but also can be an offer of a new life at the new moon eclipse. Can also be paying for deception, like paying punitive damages. That can be there as well. And then we have the Six of Wands, which came up in the recent past positions, coming up again. So definitely attention, positive news coming in, leading the journey, leading the way, okay, having success and attention. And riding a white horse. Somebody could be horseback riding as well. So it's interesting the way the cards came out, because it's like the Knight of Wands going back to the past to finish things up in order to go forward to offer this new life at the eclipse. It's like the I am the knight who will fight for your honor. So that Six of Wands is coming up like that. And then coming in after that knight who's just saying that is the Hierophant coming out. Okay, so someone's definitely getting proposed to here. Then we have the, all right, this may knock you off balance, okay, out of your power to surrender. And actually let's see, the Knight of Cups and the Hermit come out together. That's really beautiful, actually, because that could definitely be the masculine and the feminine. Okay, you can be either one, doesn't matter. They go both ways. But someone's definitely offering love, and someone is holding space for the other. All right, that's really beautiful. Okay, and then we have the Page of Wands reversed with the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so this could be just a lack of inspiration. It could be someone, a child having a temper tantrum too, like not getting their way when things are being divvied out. Like, this is the way it's going to be, and this is a kid saying, right? So that could just be, you know, those little annoyances of family and kids not getting their way. But it can be sexual frustration as well. It can be just frustration in general of not getting your way, or of having to pay out. But here is very balanced energy, so it's not negative. Okay. Just need some inspiration to get settled and pay out your bills, things like that. Especially if this proposal went well and now you have to change your life around, right? But you may not feel like it right now. That can be that too, and sharing your life. And this is the final card, guys. Beautiful. Six of Cups. All right? You can't beat that. Can't make that up. On the bottom of the deck here is the Two of Wands, the Twin Flames. Okay? Like, that was so cool, the way the cards came out there. Just so you have an idea of what was beneath that for the underlying energy. Okay, Four of Pentacles, definitely getting grounded. So the Empress comes up, and that can definitely be the feminine coming into her Empress by grounding. Okay. So there definitely could have been two different Empresses in the read, but they were both, oh, I gotta plug in before I die. Sorry about that. So that could definitely be, there could be two different Empresses in the read, because one was definitely coming up as a ringleader that was reversed. So the one at the, where's the other one? Yeah, the one is the after the read card, was just reversed the exact card of this from the Rider-Waite. So that could definitely be the feminine, and now after this, you know, becoming upright, coming into her Empress. After getting more grounded, after these harsh energies just came in. And here would be the masculine choosing left, the divine feminine. Okay, that's the underlying energies. Wow, that was really nice. Okay, guys, drink your water, get your rest, be happy, rise and be loved. Bye.